Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a very rosy-cheeked, greasy-haired Allison. I just got back from a run and I thought that I would multitask and film the intro now so I can hopefully start editing this video and getting it up on my channel as soon as possible. Today, I'm going to be filming episode 13, 14, maybe even 15 in my Disney DIY series. I have to say, I'm probably the most proud of this video than I am of any Disney DIY here on my channel. I am obsessed with how these crafts came out, and some of these crafts are my all-time favorite crafts that I've ever created, not just in the Disney genre, in the whole arts and crafts genre. So I hope that you guys are excited and I hope that you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you like Disney videos, I'm going to link my Disney playlist in the description below, where I have not only Disney DIY videos, but I have how-to videos, I have informational videos, I have vlogs from Disney, I have crafting videos. I just have a wide variety of Disney content on there. So I will again link that in the description if you guys are interested. If you do enjoy my content and you have not yet subscribed, please make sure to subscribe, like this video, comment, whatever you like. It really helps and I would really appreciate it. If you have any other questions or concerns after watching this video, make sure to ask them in the comments below and I'll try very hard to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And without further ado, let's get on into some magic. Bam! Y'all, tie-dye is a mood right now. It is a serious mood right now. So of course I had to include it in this video, and of course I had to put a little Disney spin on it. Let's talk about repurposing clothing items. I have just been loving repurposing clothing items lately. I have this Mickey Mouse sweater that I got from Amazon. I will link it in the description below. Super comfy, absolutely love it. But I just wanted to give it a little bit more flair. It's very plain right now, and I wanted to give it just a little bit of a tie-dye flair. The tie-dye method that I am using is, I think it's called like the crinkle one, where you basically just crumple up your t-shirt, your sweater, your shorts, whatever you're tie-dyeing, and you add in some rubber bands along the way. There are so many different tie-dye methods. If you don't like the quote-unquote crumple method, just go on to Google and search up tie-dye methods, and I'm sure you will find one that works for you. This just happens to be my favorite at the current moment. I always pre-rinse the item that I'm going to be tie-dyeing just to get it a little bit damp. I find that the dye holds much better when your clothing item is a little damp, so I just ran it under some water, and then I'm taking my tie-dye and I'm just really going crazy with it. There is no method to this madness. I chose a dark tie-dye and I'm just using one color because my sweatshirt is already gray, so I didn't want to do any really light colors because I didn't think that it would show up super vibrant. I chose a darker color, black, because like I said, my sweater is already gray. One suggestion that I can give to you about tie-dyeing is to make sure you open up some of the little flaps and add dye inside as well, because if not, you're going to be left with a lot of bare spots. Once you're satisfied with the way that your tie-dye looks, you're going to take it and put it into a bag and leave it to soak overnight. Dun, 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 dun. Look at that glow up. It's so cute. I love the crumple method. I think it looks so cute and it's just so trendy right now. I took this super plain Mickey Mouse sweater that I already loved and I turned it into something that I love even more now. I want to wear this with pride everywhere that I go. Truthfully, this video is like 75% Disney DIY, 25% repurposing items in your house. The next item that I'm going to be repurposing is this dish towel. It says I love you on it. It's a little dirty and dingy, so I thought that I would try to give it a new life. I created a little stencil of a Mickey Mouse head. Doing this, I just used some pots and pans, 2 smaller ones and 1 big one, and I created my own little Mickey Mouse stencil, and I am just stenciling over the I love you because I want that to be on my pillow. Then I am cutting it out. I forgot to mention that I folded this in half. So when I'm cutting this out, I'm getting 2 of the Mickey Mouse heads. One of them says I love you, and the other one is just plain white on the back. Next step, you want to sew your two fabric pieces together. You can use a sewing machine, which would definitely be the easier route, or you can hand stitch together. That is what I did. There are so many different hand stitching methods out there. Look on Google for one that works best for you, but just remember to leave a small portion on the bottom open so you can stuff it with polyfill. Grab some polyfill and stuff your pillow. You can add a lot of polyfill, make it a really bulky pillow, or you can add a small amount and make it more of a dainty pillow. There are no rules here. Once you are satisfied with the amount of polyfill that you've placed inside of your pillow, make sure to stitch the bottom up using the exact same method that you used previously. And now for the really aesthetically pleasing part, adding on your pom-poms. I got these from Amazon. I will link them in the description below. They were super inexpensive. They are felt pom-pom balls. I actually use them for sorting with my son. We use them for like sorting colors, but you can also use them for crafts. It's actually made for crafts, but you know, multi-purposing here. I am just taking the felt balls and I'm stitching in and out and then into the pillow, and I'm doing it around the entire perimeter of the Mickey Mouse head. Throw on a movie on Disney Plus, open up YouTube, look up some Disney videos on there, put on a Disney playlist on Pandora. You might be here for a little while. This is a very therapeutic activity. It's very time consuming, which is amazing, but you might be here for a little while doing this, so make sure you occupy your time with some more Disney magic. Okay, but how cute is this pillow? I love it. Every time I see it in my room, it just makes me so happy. And inadvertently, kind of looks like a heart, which worked out perfectly for me because the fabric that I chose says I love you on it. So it's kind of like Disney magic mixed with love, which are two of my absolute favorite things in the entire world. Perfection. Now let's talk about one of the most therapeutic things you can do while you're at home, whether it is quarantine or whether it's just a random Tuesday night. It is an adult coloring book. But not only is it any adult coloring book, it is a Disney adult coloring book. I got these from By Jamie Rose. I will link her in the description below. She makes incredible Disney adult coloring book pages. I believe she has an Etsy account. Again, link her in the description below. So this is something that I've been trying to do a couple of times a week during this whole social distancing quarantine time. I just like to spend about a half hour a night taking out my markers and coloring in these pages. I do not complete one of these a day. It usually takes me like a month to complete one of these because I only work on it for about 20 to 30 minutes a night. It is just, I can't say this word enough, but it's just so therapeutic. It is just so calming. It is so relaxing. And the end result is just so beautiful. And the fact that you can get these that are Disney makes me so happy. I want to frame these when I am done. So this is one that I am just starting off. As you can see, it is very bare. But I'm going to be sharing with you one that I almost completed in the next clip. It is a Toy Story one. And I've been working on this one for like a solid 15 to 20 days. And it is just about done. I would say it's like 90% done. And you can see the complete difference in color from this one than from the Beauty and the Beast one. How much it just pops out. It's so pretty. Thank you, Jamie Rose, for your incredible talent. This next DIY I kind of did on a whim. I went into my basement to look for some crafting supplies and I found this air dry clay, I found some puffy paint, I found some paint, and I was like, you know what? What can we make with this? I tried to get my creative juices flowing. I'm obsessed with donuts. I'm obsessed with Mickey Mouse. So I tried to put those two worlds together. So I started off by making a Mickey Mouse shaped donut, and then I flattened it down by placing it onto a flat surface or a hard surface so it would eventually stand up when it was completely dry. I took one large piece of air dry clay and I turned it into a donut by placing something right through the center, and then I molded it to look like the big portion of the donut, and then I repeated that steps 2 more times for the ears of Mickey Mouse's head, aka the ears on my donut. So I'm creating a donut here, but that is not the end all. You can make any Disney design that you would like. I personally am obsessed with Disney food, so I was going for a Disney donut, but this would be really fun to do any Mickey Mouse shaped food, whether you want to make a cupcake or a Mickey signature bar. Possibilities are endless. For me, because I'm making a Mickey Mouse donut, I'm placing the ears on top and I'm kind of gently squishing them together so they would mold together. And then there are 2 options for letting this dry. You can let it air dry. It takes about 48 hours. Even though I have all the time in the world right now, I was very impatient, so I just placed mine in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes and it completely dried and hardened. My goal for making this was to make it into a photo holder. So before I placed mine in the oven, I took a bobby pin and I placed it into the center because that is what I'm going to be using to hold my photo up. Again, we're being super resourceful for this DIY. After taking my donut out of the oven, I allowed it to dry completely before I started painting it. I was going for a classic donut. I wish I had more of a tan color, but we're working with what we have. So I'm using a brown and I am painting the entire sculpture brown, and then I'm allowing it to dry and doing the same on the back. To ensure the most vibrant color, I added 2 coats of paint, but I made sure that I allowed the first coat to dry completely before adding on the second coat. Puffy paint time. I love working with puffy paint so much. It's so much fun. I'm such a nerd, but I just love puffy paint. Ideally, I would have liked a strawberry frosted donut, but I only had white puffy paint, and again, we're working with what we have. So I'm adding on some puffy paint to act as the frosting or the icing of my Mickey Mouse donut. You just cannot have a donut without sprinkles. So I'm adding on some sprinkles. I'm gonna be real with you guys right now. I'm using real sprinkles because I didn't have any fake ones. They do have fake sprinkles out there. If you go to a craft store, if you look online, you can order fake sprinkles for crafting. I didn't have any, so I'm taking a risk here and I'm using real sprinkles, and I'm just hoping that ants don't find their way to my house. But guys, look how cute! I just want to eat it. It looks so good. I just want to eat it over and over and over again. I love it so much. So you can use this more as just like a decoration, a home decor piece, or you can add in that bobby pin, or you can add in a paper clip on top. Make sure you do that before you put it in the oven or you allow it to dry. And then you can place a picture on top and you can use it more of like a photo frame. One suggestion would just be whatever you are using to hold your photo up, make sure it is taller than your actual sculpture so that your photo will actually stand tall. Okay, I know. I totally get it. I know exactly what you guys are going to say. You're going to say, Allison, how many Mickey Mouse wreaths can you possibly make here on your channel? And I'm going to respond by saying the limit does not exist. I have made so many Mickey Mouse wreaths here on my channel before, but I just love them so much, and I have to say I love this one the most. It is so
minimalistic, it is so simplistic, and it just matches my aesthetic for life right now. So what you want to do is just take two smaller circular objects. I'm using embroidery hoops and one larger one. You want to create your Mickey Mouse head and you want to attach it together. I'm just using hot glue, but you can use whatever you want to attach the pieces together. Then I'm taking some fake moss. I can also link this in the description below. It is from Amazon, and I'm just wrapping it very gently and very lightly around the ears and going down the Mickey head. You can add as much of this as you would like or as little. You don't even have to use moss. You can use whatever you would like, whether it is moss, whether it is flowers, whether it is greenery, whether it is succulents, whatever you want it to be. It is your wreath. Make it unique, make it your own, and be creative while doing it. Last and final step is to add in your add-ons. For me, that is just two tiny little, very basic white flowers. For you, it might be 40 very over-the-top colorful flowers. The only rule is that there are no rules. I could stare at this for hours. I really hope that you guys like it as much as I do, because if not, I just sound ridiculous right now. But I don't even like it. I flipping love it. I love it so hard. So hard. This second to last DIY is not so much a DIY, but I guess more of a suggestion. I invested in a bunch of different Mickey/Disney silicone molds, and I highly suggest that you guys do the same. It doesn't have to be anything expensive or crazy. I just use these quite often, and they can be used for so many different ways. For the purpose of this video, I'm using these silicone molds to make little chocolate molds, but you can do so many different things with these. You can do chocolate, you can do soap, you can do candle making with this, you can do crayons, you can do ice cubes. I just think they're very versatile and you can use them so many different ways. So I didn't mind spending the initial money. I will again link these molds in the description if you guys are interested. I have used them over and over countless amount of times, and they're just really fun and a great way to add a little touch of Disney to a party or into your life or into your home. So again, for the purpose of this video, I am making chocolate molds. I melted down some dark chocolate and then I added a little bit of coconut oil so it would melt smoothly, and I'm just adding the chocolate into these molds. Another very calming activity. I just love watching chocolate go into molds. I watch videos like that on YouTube all the time. I think it's amazing. And then I allowed the chocolate to set in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes, and then I popped them all out, and look how cute. So cute. What I personally do with these is I will place them into a bag and I'll place them in the freezer, and I either use them for snacking or I use them to top cupcakes with. I use them at parties for like little favors for kids, whatever it may be. These came out so cute. These molds specifically are actually to make gummy bears, which I have done in the past, but I thought today I would make some little chocolate molds. If you do happen to invest in any of these little Disney silicone molds, I think that these are really, really fun activities to do with kids. I can see kids having such a great time putting all the pieces of Mickey together and then eating him. Yeah, I mean, we're going there. That's what these are for. Making the Mickey and then eating him. Who doesn't like a Mickey Mouse treat? Let's be honest, guys. Let's be real here. So the chocolate flavor did not change at all during the process, but let me tell you, it tastes, I don't want to say 10 times better, I'm going to say a million times better when it is in the shape of Mickey Mouse. I know I'm not alone on this one. I know there are people who totally get, it's not even a struggle, it is a blessing of how much better food tastes when it is Mickey shaped. It tastes so much better, and it makes it really fun. I miss Disney so much right now. I can't wait to go and eat all the Mickey Mouse treats on repeat, on loop. But in the meantime, I'll continue to use my molds and make my own treats at home. Okay, so backstory on this last DIY. I have had this saved on my Pinterest for the past 4 years. I wanted to include this in one of my very first Disney DIY arts and crafts videos here on my channel, and I just never completed it. And I went to the basement, found this entire bag full of yellow buttons that I bought probably 2 years ago for this craft. And I said, you know what, let's have at it. It is so simple, and it probably turned out to be one of my favorite crafts I've ever done in my entire life. All you have to do is print out a silhouette of the princess that you want to recreate. Unfortunately, I could not find any free ones online. I bought this silhouette off of, I believe it was Etsy. I will link it in the description below. It was only $1.99, so I didn't mind spending that. But yeah, I did have to buy it. I couldn't find any free ones. All the free ones had like the copyright logo all over it, like a little watermark. So this one was $1.99, money well spent. To complete this DIY, place your silhouette down on a flat surface and then strategically place all the buttons on top of the dress, the headband, the crown, the shoes, whatever you want to show up in your picture. Then once you're happy with the placement of all of your buttons, you want to hot glue them down in place. Don't worry about if you see all of these blank little spaces in between. As you can see here, I'm doing a second, even a third layer. So you're going to be taking those buttons and you're going to be placing them on top of all of that open space that you can see. So eventually, once you place all of them on there and you do 2 or 3 layers, you won't really see any of that black silhouette left. The buttons are going to act completely as a dress. This craft ended up being so therapeutic. It took quite some time to complete, which is perfect because I don't know about you, but I have all the time in the world right now. I just put on some music and I got crafting, and it felt so good. Like I said, it was super, super therapeutic. And the end result, I think it speaks for itself. Are you as obsessed with this as I am? Because girl or boy, I am obsessed with it. I have an itch to make every single princess in this silhouette button form. That is how much I love it. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all of your love and support, for everything that you do for me here on my channel, for helping to make my YouTube dreams come true. It is just such a blessing to have you all in my life. I hope that you are all safe, well, and healthy, and I really hope that this video was able to spark even the littlest bit of joy during this really weird time in the world right now. Let me tell you, when this is over, if I see any of you guys in the streets, I'm giving so many hugs. I love you guys so much, and I look forward to talking to you all soon. Bye, guys.